Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis. We survived the crashes after crashing a million times yesterday on September 18th. They put out a patch literally an hour after, and we're good again. It seems like things are working again. So we're going to continue doing exactly what we were doing before, which is taking over the rest of Greece, preparing for war with the Ottomans, trying to increase our naval capacity, and building lots of libraries and other things. I am gonna keep trying to get my projection up here. I want some more boats. I can't remember if I was saving for anything in particular, because yesterday went so crazy by the end of it. But I tell you what, we got a fair bit of money right now. I actually have some good sailors in stock, so why don't we grab some more galleys? And start increasing our fleet. I've learned a few things in the last couple of days about stuff that makes life easier for you. One is lumber. The other is stone, which I don't think I have access to. I have a lot of access to alum. There is some stone. Oh, we have some stone. Okay. So stone is the other thing that also makes construction cheaper. And basically what I learned is increasing your wood and your stone outputs very, very early on is one of the best things you can do to snowball later in the game. Which, you know, kind of makes sense. We got 3 fort towns. No, more than that. 5 fort towns now. I am still thinking about, like, maybe, when we become Greece, shifting our capital to Athens. Just because it would be easier to kind of control this entire hub. But I haven't yet decided yet. There are lots of other things we need to do. We are currently creating our Casus Belli for war on the Ottomans. We are building spy networks in Morocco to steal stuff, and building spy networks in Venice because Venice got absolutely shattered. And I want to take these other cities. In the meantime, I am wondering about, like, little guys like this. You have royal marriages to all of these places. Do not have any rivals selected. I'm wondering about, like, could I just sort of absorb those guys? You are a fiefdom of Sicily. I think you are still a fiefdom of Sicily. You are. And Attrition is still a fiefdom of Naples, which I think is really, like, the next big hit. Yeah, because Naples is still a big dog. But I think getting rid of the Ottomans makes the most natural sense right away. We're integrating cores over there and integrating Byzantium. These guys are building big fortresses in Bursa. That's going to make our life more difficult. I do wonder if I'm going to go to war with the Ottomans, should I leave my army, like, right here so that I can attack Bursa right away? That is their capital. Obviously, fairly beneficial idea. Unlocks recruitment laws. Currently, we have no laws. Early standing power, elite training. This is what I would love to get. I need Age of Revolutions, though. So basically, I have to decide, do I want more levies, more noble levies, more peasant levies, or more burgher levies? Do I want aristocracy, free subjects, or plutocracy? I mean, I do want free subjects. We are moving in that regards. It would be nice to become a bit more plutocratic. I think right now, here's the thing, is that, like, peasant levies are not particularly good. Noble levies are nice. I could just get cheaper mercenaries, but we haven't really been using them very much. There's literally not even any mercenaries I could hire. So noble levies will often give you things like cavalry, while peasants will give you things like foot soldiers, archers, and the like. Now, nobles are going to give you a lot less in terms of levies. And, well, I guess I can't even see what my levy situation is. Is it possible to see the local levies of an area? I don't think so. Pop satisfaction, surprisingly low. Greek Orthodox, not happy. Well, I guess that makes sense. A lot of Francian nobles and the like. Can I haircut between you going, oh no, and then this intro? I think I could probably pull that off, yeah. That seems likely. I am going to increase this lumber operation. And while I have a bit of money, how many... We have 2 Hoofenices. I want to upgrade these armored cavalry to cavalrymen. I also discovered, because earlier, the other day, I was like, what's the difference between having 200 troops versus 100 troops, other than just, like, more troops? And the answer is that these upgraded troops, the Reformed Crusader Knights, still only take 1 frontage in combat. So you have 200 troops in a single space, instead of 2 sets of 100 troops taking up 2 spaces. And that's really where the upgrade is. It just allows you to basically have a tighter formation. So you got cavalry, you got Hoofnice. I want more Hoofnice. If I could at least have 1 set of artillery in each of those, I think that would be good. Probably having an extra unit of cavalry would also be nice. They're very expensive, though. In fact, I think it's significantly cheaper for me to make armored horsemen and then upgrade them to cavalry. That's $64, and it only took $10 to upgrade? That's $124? Oh, man. That's way cheaper to do it that way. Hungary wants military access. They're willing to pay us $100 bundos. Who are you at war with, my dudes? Why, you're not at war with anyone. You are rivaled with Bulgaria, Serbia, and Halleck. I mean, these are all people that I hate. You are giving food access to Naples. I don't love that. We're embargoing Australia. You're sponsoring me. And you have... Oh, you have an alliance with Naples. Well... Look, man, for $108, I'll give that to you. Mostly because it lets me build another cannon. And I guess we better enact one of these laws. Livy, how we doing? We're doing well here. Things are going smooth. Getting ready for some wartime. There are hostile pirates in these gulfs. Oh. There are hostile pirates right here. And here. Somebody is paying these hostile pirates a lot of money. Ah, that's why. Because I'm patrolling the Aegean, but I'm not really patrolling any of these other areas. I should also be patrolling these spots. I wish you could save. I think that's a quality of life thing I'd really like, is to be able to say, like, oh, save my, like, build for this, you know, save my patrol area. Now, I was making a ton of money. I'm now starting to lose a lot of money again. Ah, this was another cool thing I learned, is that if approval is higher than 50%, these guys will start building things. Which is something I did not know. Currently, I've just been taxing all of them to absolute hell and back. But basically, if it's above 50%, they'll build things. And if it's above, I think, 80%, they'll build things specifically that's really good for you. We have some corruption. We're going to have to try and get rid of that. Ooh, Cyprus wants to do a crusade against the Ottomans. That's complicated. That makes my life complicated. I'm not ready on my Casus Belli. I'm really close, though. I also don't want them to gain all this land. We are a fair bit weaker than them. Oh, man. Yeah, they got a lot of levies over there. They definitely don't have as much regular troops. Here's the other problem is I am steadily bleeding out of manpower, but I feel like 5,000 troops can still... You know, we started at like 10,000, so if we have half our manpower left to fight the Ottomans, I feel like that's pretty good. EU games missing quality of life features. That's not missing. It's coming out as a paid DLC. I mean, maybe. I see there's someone who's probably 5,000 hours in EU. Totally fair. Oh, I got no diplomats. We got that Casus Belli going. I don't need to be building this spy network in the Ottomans anymore. Get rid of that. That'll get us back some diplomatic power. Assumably, once I have this Casus Belli, that will also get back some diplomatic power. Has anybody else joined your war? There must be a way that I can just say, like, Kingdom of Cyprus. Open country panel. Maybe I should just be clicking that. It is just Cyprus versus the Ottomans. I don't think that's going to work out very well for you, bud. I have no use for relations with those simpletons. So I think probably what I should do is expand. I want to say the burgher levies, but I think I'm going to go for free subjects. Because I have so many people that need to be promoted, so free subjects is really good for us. I'm going to take expanded levies for serfs. Now we have our religious war, Casus Belli. Rule of law, change of policy. Question is, do I have any diplomats whatsoever? 0.04 ducats. It's not bankruptcy yet, baby. What is sapping my diplo power so badly? Incompetent diplomacy. That would do it. Yeah, damn. I'm literally not going to get... Well, I can't go to war until that goes up, so... We're not going to be spending a lot of money. We are making a lot of boats. That's good. Found out your mom has water on her lungs. And my autistic niece with an eating disorder might have to go into hospital because she's too small in weight. Oh my god. That's a lot of tough news for one day. I do feel like both of those things are fixable though. That's the good news. Like in terms of medical things that could be fixed, eating, that's fixable. Difficult at times, but and you know, water in the lungs. I don't know what to do for that. A vacuum? But I do feel like it's something you can fix with. What's the primary culture of the Knights? It's changed a few times, is the short answer. I'm going to get these church satisfaction here. Currently, we are Greek. You start as Francian, and then we switched over to Greek, and then we slowly just like stopped tolerating Francian. But we're 84% Greek right now, so a lot of it has gone down to like who our Grandmaster is. We were Venetian for a little bit, or at least we were speaking Venetian. No, my really good Chancellor died. Died suddenly in a choking accident at 59. Oh, he was so good. He had 100 diplomacy and 96. $45 to get another Chancellor. Well, I can't do that. I got no money, honey. My fort maintenance is at 0 as well. Oof. Oof. When we start this war, we're going to run out of a bunch of cash. Yeah, it's really hard to tell whether or not that proximity is going up all that much. Definitely our maritime presence is. So in theory, it should start doing this. I mean, even Athens is starting to get some proximity to capital. Oh yeah, look, and there's a little bit up here now too. It's for sure expanding as we increase our maritime capacity. So one of the things I really learned from watching these videos, there's a really good video by Midgeman, who is actually one of the developers for Paradox, but is also a streamer. And his like #1 tip was that control is king. Just because control adds basically everything, right? Levy size, sailors, manpower, promotion, conversion, market protection, crown power as well. Crown power is thankfully something we don't have to worry about too much. We only have devotion. And as long as we stay above 25 with this number, I found a 25 on crown power is also like a big thing. I guess we have a state power, but it's different because we're a theocracy, so it's not as severe if things go sideways for us. Been awake less than an hour. We'll get some coffee or some tea, India. That'll fix you right up. Oh, this guy's got a huge navy here. These are all transport ships. Okay. Oh, okay. So he has 12 galleys, but he has 43 transport ships. Now, I suspect a lot of those are levies, which isn't too bad. I'm going to be able to pull my spy out of Morocco really soon as well, because they're about to give me maps. I'm going to need a diplomat for that. How are we so broke? I don't understand. Rhodes needs saffron. And Constantinople needs olives. Buddy, you would think that Greece would have no problem getting olives up there. But our market is very confused. Napul is really giving us some trouble. So is Dubrovnik. The nobles demand stricter sumptuary laws. Expensive clothes, great banquets, and impressive palaces are some of the most visible symbols of the nobles, but the degree in which a family has money to spend on such things can vary greatly. In some cases, the middle class of our country are able to spend just as lavishly, if not more so, than the average noble. While there are old rules and traditions restricting such things for those of less noble birth, the laws are difficult to enforce efficiently. This is unacceptable as the powerful Dynatolia of our country, who are now demanding we update our laws on what an outsider can and cannot wear, suggest we levy a number of heavy fines against anyone trying to rise above their betters. Revoke trade monopolies. Huh. Burger trade capacity 100%. Our trade capacity goes down -25 though. That's a big debuff. That's a very big debuff. This will strip 20% power from them. What does the burger trade capacity even do? Impacts how much trade per population they can do on their own. So I guess the thing is this would make us more money via trade, but would make us less money via Astoy tax. Currently, trade is more valuable than their tax. I'm gonna do that. And I'll also probably regret it, but... it did appear to do quite a number on the old economy. I have to move my army back over here. Because I've noticed that we're about to get another Turkish revolt soon. Pop needs. Food stockpile in roads is dropping. And we're still missing beeswax. God, I also still can't, like, transport all of my army at once. You know what, these guys are at 86, but that's not necessarily that bad. Looks like some small wars breaking out over there. That's like your whole army, hey? You know what? Maybe I sail over here and I prepare to attack the Ottomans directly in their capital. Right in the capital. I need so many diplomats for things right now, and I'm still bleeding. With the establishments of Franco-Toria in southern Balkans... religious enemies in the Ottomans are enlisting privateers. We gain an anti-piracy casus belli on the Ottomans for 4 years. Oh, well, that's nice. I mean, I don't love that it means they have a bunch of pirates, but... You know, it's kind of crazy that I'm integrating with this Chancellor and it's 1.9. And this guy has like 98. Integrating with no Chancellor, it's 1.4. So it's actually not that much of a difference to have a Chancellor. Wonder how hard it is to play these guys and invade Sicily? I mean, we've been thinking about doing it. Occupied by Florence. Oh, cool. Florence is beating the tar out of Sicily right now. That is good for us. Arborea. High Judicate of Arborea. Fiefdom of Aragon. Right on. Corsica's over here building like masons and armories. Good for you guys. Very cheap repeal privilege compared to having to claw for every bit of crown power and losing 100 stability just to repeal one. Yeah. Amount of privileges the damn nobles have. It is true. I do feel like whenever you can revoke things for free, it's probably a pretty good idea. I'll take that stab and devotion hit there. I don't really want to upset the classes anymore. And the Astoi are really upsetty spaghetti with us. All right. What are you guys building? A wharf. Fort level 2. So many unprofitable buildings. All of my tanneries and roads are losing me so much money. A group of renowned minstrels recently crossed the nation's border. Hey, you're finally awake. Their intention is to roam the Order's countryside, bringing joy to all who hear them. But some say only the ears of the Grandmaster are fit to hear such wonderful music. No, I'll allow them to go where their hearts wish. The peasants and the nobles will be happy about that. Yeah, I want to go to war with these guys, but I'm also worried about all this other jazz. What happened to, oh. Well, I guess Cyprus lost that pretty badly. God damn it, Cyprus. You weren't meant to lose that fight. I also found out how to do this, which is kind of cool. Now I can balance my own formations properly. So I can have, like, stronger flanks or a stronger center. Part of me is wondering, like, maybe I should just put all of my artillery in the middle. But I like the idea of it being spread out a bit. Don't necessarily have to balance that anymore on my own, so... Robespierre is showing, right? Hi, Troll. Good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Max Bullet's been bitten. It's time to start learning the mechanics of EU5. I strongly suggest the tutorials they have on YouTube. They are long. You can watch them on double speed, so that they're only like 20 minutes. But boy, they explain a lot of mechanics that I just feel like are not necessarily explained. See, I also have to pull my spy out of Morocco here. He's got what I need, but I need that diplomat to steal those maps. I'm also burning money. What are we spending all of our money on right now? Buildings. Lot on diplomatic spending. Minus 15 on buildings. Is this from unprofitable buildings? All of these tanneries. Ah, because the cows are so expensive to import into Rhodes. Because we don't produce any cows. And also, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that these pirates are probably... Oh no, it seems like we're okay. Wherever those pirates were, we've managed to beat them all back. Our control is improving. Oh yeah, look, we even have some control up in Thessalonica. Good, 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 good. Okay, now this is a problem. mean, a single loan isn't going to be the make or break for us. Why don't we just like crank the diplomatic spending for a little bit? Because if I can at least get rid of these guys, then I can put that diplomatic spending back down. God, Bank of Barty, you're always buying up my loans, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I kind of feel like I'd rather be paying that interest back to my own people. But I guess that's how the banking system works. Turn the music setting down, and it feels like the theme never gets softer every time you open the game. Oh, I don't think the opening music counts under the music settings. Oh, man, Sicily. Just getting trounced. I really hope that they cause them to free those vassals. That'd be a pretty big win for us. So I think the first thing I'm going to do here is actually just get rid of this map spying. Who are these guys? Are they just a vassal? Yeah. Maximum RGOs in towns and cities. Okay. Prestige from land battles. Army tradition from battles. Better levies. Men-at-arms, crossbowmen, handgunners, heavy cav. Blockade efficiency, Navy initiative. All of that stuff is pretty good. Naval damage done 10% is pretty good. Oh. There's some other tech here under organized religion. Monthly diplomats, 0.05. Stability investment. Cost of purchasing food. Maximum RGOs in rural, 10%. So I think I want to move towards that. Because that just seems like... Well, that's really valuable. All right, Morocco. Give me your... Oh, wow. You have crazy maps. They have like knowledge of all over in India and stuff as well. Strangely enough, they don't have knowledge of like Ghana. Not Ghana, the Canary Islands. They do have knowledge of Ghana, which I guess... I don't think that the Sahara Oasis is going to give us much. I think I'd rather take Ghana right now. This area is not owned by any country. Yes. Which means it's ripe. Fish. Copper, though. What market is over here? The Niani and the Fas market. Territory, colonies. 250 gold for a conquistador. We also don't have can recruit conquistadors because, of course, we don't have any of the New World tech. Yeah, see, I would love to start exploring these Azores and the Canary Islands as well. I think that, honestly, those would be like, if I could get those before Castile manages to move over there, that would be awesome. But all things with due time. Checksum you see is AE 68, aggressive expansion 68. It's a good checksum. The fine checksum, sir. All right, I think it's just Ottoman time. 13, 14. Before I do it, I'm just going to perk my navy on top of them. And let her rip. I'll let this build back up to a full point. We're close to getting our Casus Belli against Venice as well. Though I'm still not entirely certain what we're going to do with that. But I think cutting down these Ottomans is definitely the way to go right now. Are they in a war? Enemies, subjects. They're annexing the Carasids. Oh, and they're guaranteed by the Iranids. That is a problem. Because they have another 10,000 levies. So if I go to war with the Ottomans, they're going to join them. I think Egypt is finally starting to fracture a little bit as well, which is nice. I don't suppose we could get an alliance with anybody. Yeah? Croatia. None of these guys are really valuable. The Bank of Medici. The Great Trepuzine Horde. Well, they're not that great. Yeah, I don't think like getting a alliance with the Bank of Medici does much. And Cyprus is certainly on their way out. I think I will have to try and take Bursa from them as well, just because it's such a big city. These guys are getting devoured, man. Absolutely devoured. I don't want to buy crazy maps. I insist my maps tell me rationally where China is. No, only crazy maps. Crazy maps are the best maps. They're remaining 76. Just gonna boost this temporarily. Just because we're almost ready for this war with Venice as well. So I want to be able to send someone over there on that tick. And then I'll strip my diplomatic spending back and just like boost up all my army maintenances. Map men, map men, map men, men, map men, men. Oh, don't mind us. We're just a couple of map men. Kingdom of Sicily, how's your war going here? Dalmatia is rebelling against Sicily, and Florence is currently kicking the butt out of you to take Lucca. That's that right there. Yeah, that makes sense. I really hope they release some vassals as well. That would be my dream. That'd be my dream come true. First time march 1402 and 1401. Bit of wayward weather. Just got a couple of other transports over here. Where are you going, buddy? Cleaning out pirates or something? That's cool. I've never actually seen my boat do things. Let us create a Casus Belli over here. Ah, well, that's stupid. I cannot create a Casus Belli against Venice. So I've just been basically wasting a ton of time with that diplomat. Let's boot these back up. I'm going to leave this on point 1. Turkish Patriots are coming up soon. I could move this guy over temporarily and just do a rebel crackdown. I'm sorry, can you not crack down those rebels? I hope that works. Minus 24. They're at plus 23. So if I declare war on you, the Arachnids are joining. We have an anti-piracy war, which is really hard to conquer. But we also have a religious war, which is really easy to conquer. The focus is on the Dardanelles, but obviously I'm going to go for their capital if I do this. We are slightly weaker via the land. That's combined manpower? Oh, really? Oh, okay. They can raise basically an extra 10,000 army levies over me. Ooh. $500. Yeah, I mean, I beat them on their own. Arachnids are as a vassal of the Sultanate of who? Huh. Now that's curious. This dynasty has vassalized the Arachnids, but the Arachnids are significantly stronger than them. So I don't know why that's happening. What about a crusade of some sort? I mean, that is always tempting, but... I don't think I can request crusades. I can make saints? Oh man, I didn't know that. Where are my... Oh, here we go. Religious influence, 37. 48% reform desire. Oof. That's not very good. The Papal States have held one council. Can't do that again until May. Attacking via the Dardanelles. I'm sure that'll go well. No. The Dardanelles is just like the war goal. All right, what I need to do is I need to move my fleet up here to start. I'd just be ready to sink these boats instantly. They're building a library. Yeah, and I guess I'm sieging their capital as my opening move, which is pretty risky. Man, I really don't know how I feel about this. Feels like this could be a really bad choice. But I'm also like, if I don't do this, I feel like the consequence is even worse. You know, they can't get to my capital. Corsica will probably send some support over. Candia. Oh, that's interesting. Candia managed to grab a few more locations out here. Are you no longer vassaled under Venice? You're not. Are you a Catholic country? You are. Pretty difficult for me to... do anything to you guys, though. Unless I go for like a no Casus Belli. I could wait for you know what? That's what I should probably do. I should probably wait for a parliament. And, I mean, we'll go after the Ottomans right now, but I could parliament war Candia, pick up Crete and all of these other islands, and that would help me out a lot, so. You can canonize dead people. That's very fun. All right, man. I'm gonna do this. You know, we at least have manpower, plus we have cannons. Ottomans, Dardanelles, Bafra, Hassamids, Germanids, Hassarids, and Konya. Yeah, a lot of vassals. We're going to march right on in there. Obviously, I'm going to raise up... Oh, sorry. These are navies. Rhodes, Mugla, Smyrna... 1,200 levies over there. I guess Thessaly. All these smaller groups I don't necessarily want to raise because I'd like them to kind of work on their territory. We catch the Ottomans out in a surprise war and just absolutely dummy their ships. Which will be forced then to port into Bursa, which we can then blockade. I love they just keep making Casus Belli on me. All right, so we have a +1 to a -2. They're not getting the +1 from the blockade, which is good. You know what? I think I actually will raise some naval levies in Rhodes. Of those levies go that way. And then these guys, I think I'll send up here, maybe. Can I sue any individual pieces? Like if I go for Karasids? Yeah? So maybe I could have my levies just deal with them. Start trying to pick up the smaller groups. Okay. The proper application of pressures and levers has enabled us to squeeze more out of our vassals. We gained firm hand for 10 years. Subject income, 5%. Excellent. One thing I've been wondering about in automation, I actually read about this with, under military. Replace generals and replace admirals. So basically what this will do is if there is ever an army without an admiral, they will just automatically apply one. I don't know what's been sieged. Occupation over here is successful. Let's keep going. We're in a big levy fight over here. Stupidly, I don't have anybody on that flank, which is currently costing me very dearly in morale. How have I lost this fight? 7 transports beat 14 galleys? What? The hell? No, they most absolutely did not. I'm very confused about that. We just won this big war over here and picked up some army movement speed. That's nice. Let's merge those units together. Unfortunately, this is a siege over here. Is it because I tried to leave the area? I shouldn't have, because we were blockading. I think he's like trying to repair my boats instead of doing this blockade. It's kind of annoying. If I just leave him here, will he blockade this city? Currently stalled. Yes. All right, that's worth noting. This is not going particularly well over here. I didn't realize that all of these guys were going to have forts. Knock them out and then go there. You guys can also merge. Win another battle. Venice wants money. No, dudes. I'm not just gonna give you money. It doesn't work like that. Nice. So my vassal here has fought Kanya and has beat them. I'm just gonna start taking their land back. Kind of think I should ditch this siege because I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon and just go focus on hunting down armies with those levies. Enslaved? Oh. That's new. We've never had that happen before. Athens has joined a coalition. This province is starving. Oh, yeah. I always forget that we have a province up here. Looks like maybe some things have broken off from the Arachnids as well. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know what this war is. But it does look like they have another war happening. We have to wait at least until 12 months. So at least until March before people will start piecing out. These guys are going to come up here and fight us, which is good for us. So what's going on? These transport ships. I want them to transport this army. Can I just embark you and then put you over there? We want a nice, good battle there. Move these guys up to join them. That navy can just wait around for right now. We've also won a decent fight here. There's no flags there, so I'm assuming that's not a real... You know what? Because of everything we were doing the other day, I just realized that we don't have 3D map on anymore. Which I think is going to require a restart. I can't tell what counts as a city without 3D map on. Because on 3D map you see little cities with flags. I'm going to assume it's whatever has... Yeah, I would have guessed whatever has a flag in it, but maybe it's like, it just has to be these big ones. I'm going to take that. I don't know why it would have that otherwise. Oh, no! 6,000 troops showed up to fight us. $6,000 troops showed up to fight us, and somehow it looks like we're winning? They are mostly levies. Oh man, I wish I could get those troops. I don't know whether or not to stay here. City has a pentagon next to the name. That means it's a city. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, like, what is the stuff that has, like, controller change? Like the province capital, right? Because I don't think this... So that must count as... Ulstra is the province capital of Rodopes. Okay. I'm going to hold this fight a little bit longer because at the very least we're doing a lot of damage to them. But I think if my center breaks... we're going to have to flee. That's okay. Six war score. Minus 20% army attrition. Yeah, we're like running out of food there too. We have liberated this little country. Let's go try to beat up this army of levies. Actually, I don't know. There's a lot of troops coming in there. Occupation of Ulster is successful, so we'll move down to this guy now. What is the attacker tactical screen here? -2 to the attacker in combat. think what I'd like to say is, like, attachments are allowed to this guy. Yeah, we're going to join in there. Are we? He's getting spanked really fast. The 8th of August. Will an extra 4,000 troops make the difference? Maybe. This says I'm going to win if I join in, so now it says I'm going to lose. Why did that change so dramatically? Okay, they fled. Okay, so we're gonna meet up with our army that's like reinforcing right now. This is fine. It's gonna take us a few months to get all of our troops back, but that's okay. We are bleeding crazy money, mostly because of our army maintenance. I'll tell you what, let's cut the Diplo spend right now. We don't need it. That guy's got to siege that place. That's going to take forever. I got to make sure that we don't lose vassals. We can walk across our own territory. Is there a land bridge here? Oh, God, there is. If he owns one side of this, he's allowed to cross, even though I have ships. Right? Like, that's my understanding of this. We gotta get you out of there, then. Da, 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 da. Though, then again... he'd have to cross the Dardanelles. He has, like, no morale right now. Oh, these guys are getting destroyed. Oh, they literally don't have any territory left. Hostile naval batteries and forts. He's giving me attrition. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you guys up. I'm going to bring you guys over. I love when fleets teleport across the map. It's very confusing. Yeah, we got to save our vassal here right now. Oh! The Dardanelles just showed up with a big stinking army. Now, they are going to try to chase me down, which is kind of fun. Because it means their morale is going to get triggered really badly. Corsica! Nice of you guys to arrive. I'm afraid that we are going to be caught out here. And not in a particularly good location. In fact, in a very bad location. The worst possible location in terms of our defenses. 14th of September, 13th of September. Are you my best army commander? I mean, you're good. 59, 36, 97, and you have a grizzly bear, which means less army attrition. Here's the thing. I think if I replace the commander, it takes like a month for it to actually replace. So if I do that, I'm going to end up commanderless in that battle, which I don't want to do. Corsica's attacking these islands, which is really cool of them. You could actually maybe just come in here. We are caught out. Oh my god, I didn't balance my army properly either. Their morale is really bad, which is good. And it is mostly levies. Battle of the Dardanelles. Nice, we sunk a ship. Okay. Dude, I am still taking heavy casualties in these fights. I want you to go there. I don't know why you were insisting on going through Philadelphia. Heavy, heavy casualties. Yeah, I mean, we need our actual, like, main army to reinforce it, not just our levies at this point. This is a huge win. Though... it's a lot of dead guys. Could be better. Stop enslaving my people. It's very rude of you. I'm gonna park you back over here. All of their fleets are stuck here, so I think, oh. Yeah. I mean, if I blockade their capital, it should also mean that they don't get food. And also, like, trade goods should continuously cost more for them, so... Reichland, how we doing? Suffer from whiplash hearing Philadelphia. Yeah, I never knew that there was a Philadelphia in, like, Western Anatolia. It's a surprise, to be sure. I think we're just going to auto-balance the army. My ports are blockaded. The hell they are. Yeah, this guy insists on trying to repair his boats, which actually makes sense, but if I can catch any of his troops out, it would do good for me. Successful sea battle. Another successful sea battle. I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to let him repair in between rounds. Because I think it is actually good for him to do. I'm going to have these guys just kind of march over, but I don't want to go, like, too close. I just want to be, like, within reinforcement range here. In case those sneaky Ottomans try something funny. Corsica is working at little mini carpet sieges. Yeah, this is funny. They're, like, literally just trying to raise levies so that they can get some of their territory back. Ah! Where do you think you're going? Maybe I should have him on, like, hunt boats. Definitely the key here is getting these troops back. Oh, man, my budget is real bad, too. If I can keep winning naval battles, that's also huge for us. I lost a galley? What? This says they lost 6, but I don't see any losses there. So, yeah, I'm literally just going to have you on, like, hunt navies. I guess anywhere in this territory, really. So here comes the real question. Can I start getting these guys to peace out? Not until March. Wow, we're still in November. This war has slowed down pretty significantly. I desperately need to take back Uluru. We're going to detach the levies and let the levies go off. Sorry. Let the levies go off. Recapture this part for our vassal. Oh, that's rude. It's all that part of the continent. Alex, what's up? Still watching tutorials before starting the game? Yeah, that's totally fair. Totally thought USA made up the name of Philadelphia. I thought so too, but I feel like no names are made up anymore. Greek Sunni hospitaliers are getting attacked by the Ottomans is clearly something out of context. Okay. He doesn't know what he's doing other than taking a lot of damage. Oh no! Reverse, reverse! This is a terrible spot. We have hills and we have woods. No rivers. I love that we can see this road all the way up. Actually, that's not a road. That's a river. Salvation. Oh, you're a pretty good army. Oh, that's interesting. Army morale recovery speed. So this guy is taking command of the second army, but like he's not going to show up until January, which means currently I am armyless here. Or I should say commanderless. Yeah, this has got to be. Dude, what are you doing? Don't go in there. You'll die. That's a terrible decision. Corsica sieging this stuff, which is good. Yeah. Get your butt back here. So many enslaved population. Now, I have more levies I could raise, but I really just don't want to. Name a unit. Wish I could sort by like regulars. Okay, so come January, we should be back up to full strength. Why are you doing that? Why are you insisting on attacking here? In the mountains of all places. Where is his army going? Up. Okay. Here's the thing, is I think if they lose Dinar, they'll lose this entire province. So let's balance our troop here. Take back this this capital. It should only take us a single tick because there's no forts here. And then they could probably take back Yalbek themselves. Yeah, I mean, we are still winning this war. It's a bit messy, but you guys are fleeing, which is funny because I feel like if you defended that point, you might have won. Liberated. It's not a great area to be attacking into, but we'll just try to get some stuff along the edges here. I guess the Dardanelles is still like, yeah, that is still the war score or the war goal, right? So oh, all right. Well, we found the enemy army. How bad is it? Oh, nice. He's taking a -3 in this fight. He crossed a river into the mountains, the forested mountains. We're going to absolutely destroy them here. Huge, huge. We might be able to do enough damage to the Dardanelles here that they'll back out of this war. Collapse this flank. Overnight and Patch made the Ottomans scarier. They're much more aggressive towards their neighbors. Yeah, especially the Hospitaliers. Well, I mean, I'm glad they let us blob up a little bit. Definitely grateful for that. 12 war score from that. That's excellent. -70, really? Right, because it's still not merge. God, I can't get over that. I also, like, I don't understand why my artillery insists on being on the front lines. It's very not great for me. Because I have to then, like, replenish them after every battle. What about these guys? Can I get them to peace out? I guess, again, not until March. It is March now, though. So I think if we could move up through these dweebs, that would be best for us. They will not accept. Is that like all of their territory, though? Wow, okay, this is going to take a bit longer than I originally anticipated. This is a good place for me to attack. I tell you what, we'll wait the month tick just so we have some cannons for the opening salvo. So funny how I was like, I'm going to take their capital right away, forgetting that sieges exist and take a very long time. All right. Well, with a couple of cannons, we'll start this fight off. So what I learned is, like, there's basically a bombardment phase right at the beginning, which is like 8 hours or 5 hours long. It's not very long. But in that time, you get to do a bunch of extra damage, a bunch of like burst damage right off the top. Is it enough burst damage? That's hard to say. I mean, we're definitely getting more kills here. 6 versus 24s. Our morale is pretty good. There's a flank, so that should really help us out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Losing 1s to 28s. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see, baby. Killed off all of their cavalry, most of their levies as well. And so ideally, what I should do here is grab like you. And just pull you back for a moment. Corsica. Don't be losing me war score, buddy. This way I can let these guys replenish and then bring more cannons back. Our voyage into strange waters with ill-prepared ships means that the wood is decaying faster than expected. Humidity, rot, and termites. Gain repairing decayed ship to naval maintenance 10%, or gain rotting wood, naval damage taken for 10 years. I'm going to take naval damage because I don't think anyone can beat our navy right now. And I don't want to be paying any more money because we are broke. Put the artillery in reserve. They will still fire from the back. Really? How do I put them in reserve? Oh, move to the reserves. Didn't know that was an option. Maximum RGOs in rural. Let's open up the old research queue here. So I just did some Age of Tradition stuff just to get us better RGOs. Monthly diplomats here. You know what? I'm actually going to grab that. Because that's a lot less money I have to spend on diplomats. It looks like the Ottomans are coming down probably to fight us here, which is arguably good. I guess I might as well bring this ship in and just like blockade these ports. Give us a slightly higher tick up. Oh. Okay, so reserves. I think this is the Ottomans' real army. Unfortunately, it is flat land, so there's no, like, topography bonuses we're getting. You know what? Sorry. The artillery only fires at the beginning of the fight. There's no point in me bringing them in. I'd rather let them just, like, replenish here. This is bloody. Ooh, unless you guys cheekily come down here and try to intercept my army. You sons of bees. Oh, okay. No, they're just going to fight Corsica there. All right, we're going to run them down even further then. Funny that I'm listed as the attacker here. I guess it's because they have the fort still. Yeah, he's 100% going after this artillery. Oh man, that is dangerous for me. Okay, we've broken a flank. We've broken the center. We've won 12 war score. That's huge. I'm actually going to lift the siege and just come fight these guys, because I think that that's maybe a smarter choice. And also, we're going to need to replenish some of our troops here right now. Didn't think about that. My morale was very low going into this, though. Thankfully, we'll break their flanks, and that should do us in pretty quickly. Fish food, Ben & Jerry's ice cream? Mmm. Love some ice cream. I'd always love some ice cream, though. This is the plight of my life. The whole rom-com trope of fish food. Can't say I know that. Wow, we just killed a lot of their boys there. Okay, so... You're in the reserves. You're in the reserves. Y'all are balanced. No, see, that's the problem. When you click balance army, it takes out all your cannons and puts them immediately on the front line. Gee, Jiminy Jillikers. Cavalry. Cavalry. Levies. Levies. Okay, so that's like the base of what I want. And then it's about like, can I spread out the levies a little bit better? It's like move 200 there, 200 there. Couple more there. That feels pretty good. Fish food. Is it good? Don't actually eat ice cream. Lactose-free stuff tastes horrid. I mean, honestly, just take some lactose pills. If the alternative is you're not eating ice cream, you're better off just taking the lactose pills. I feel like that's a pretty definite choice. Minus 50 still with you. Minus 50, minus 50. I assume they're all at minus 50. Ottomans are actually at minus 17. Now, I do need to figure out what's it going to take for me to own all this land. And unfortunately for me to take the Crusaders, I am going to have to siege down their cities. That's a minus 74 right now. Yuck. $302. Okay. I feel like I cannot keep this war up for much longer. How are these guys doing in terms of... They've got 49 bucks. They still have like 12,000 levies. 1,000 manpower. Wow, I didn't actually expect them to have that much manpower. Wow. Ah, man, it's getting the Arachnids out of this that I really need to do. I think let's just go back to blockading them here. Our guys will like pop into Constantinople to heal as required, and otherwise they blockade the port and at least they stop any trade from happening. We're going to wait one more month for the tick on this. I probably should wait 2 months if I'm being realistic. Castile wants to go on a crusade against Morocco. Dude, I am like tempted, but I'm kind of in the middle of my own crusade against the Ottomans. My own one-man crusade against the Ottomans. Whoa. 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 They have hired pirates in all of our territory. Basically all of our territory. Is there a pirates map mode? There definitely is. Privateering. I don't really know what that's telling me. Oh, that's telling me if we have privateers. But not whether or not there are pirates. This is really just two fancy names for the same thing. Corsica. All right, we're gonna try this siege again. We did beat up some boats. I am again like, oh, should I be blockading this? And I guess the answer is yes, if it's giving me a +1. Right? 42%. Status quo. That's the worst roll possible. 21% chance. Can I disband these guys? I think I will. It's a bunch of ships basically I don't need at the moment, so. Second, you autocomplete Ben & Jerry's. It's controversy. Ice cream drama. Ben & Jerry's has always been known for being involved in like the political sphere. They've recently like fought back to get control of their company because the company that bought them out basically broke their contract to say like, we have to do like social justice. We have to do social good. And they weren't doing it. See, I see these fleets moving around. And I would like to be crushing them. Yeah, you're blockading some of my ports right now. I'll tell you what, let's do this one siege of a tick. Castile, my dudes, I cannot join this crusade right now. Did you just status quo 3 times in a row? This is unbelievable, man. I'm not even getting siege accumulation. Yeah, they know better than to try against my boats. Best part about this is I can totally get back down here and re-blockade the port before the siege ticks over. Stop blockading me. Super rude. Do I need to leave like some cogs here? Can cogs blockade? I don't even know. Also, what does blockade efficiency really do? That's a bit of a question I have. This determines how good a ship is at blockading. This is directly compared to the value in the target location depending on its development, population, imports, and exports. But this is either a yes or no value. Here we go. Food shortage. You know what, actually? I'm just going to put you here, and then I'm going to put you on hunt navies. Because what you should do is see that there is a navy there and then go kill it. But it seems like you haven't figured out how to do that, so we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Dardanelles, do you want out of the war yet? -32, almost. It does seem like they have at least taken their armies and gone somewhere else with them, which I am grateful for, but it also makes me worried that they're going to pop up around the corner any minute and come give me a right good spanking. Supply shortage. Continuing to take this, like, naval battle is just good for us as well, because it does add war score. And we have a chance to sink a boat every time it happens. Ah, there they are. The Dardanelles. Exactly who I thought would be showing up. Thankfully, it is flat land, so we don't take any penalties here. Ah, interesting. So even though I have artillery in reserve, they will join the battle after the bombardment phase because I don't have enough troops to take the entire combat with. The 10 combat frontage. Which, I mean, does make some sense. The good news is, though, that does mean at least they're coming into reserves and they're not on the front lines, so they shouldn't be taking casualties necessarily. Oh, yeah, we're gutting these dudes. No, they are still taking casualties, just not as many as they would, I guess. All right, well, the siege continues. How's the war going? Good, good. We're at 40%. Some territory is conquered, some territory is not. We'll get a +10 when we finally sail across the Dardanelles. God, there is the Curia. I've been waiting on this one for quite a while. I think I'm going to hold it in Athens. Promote castle works. Fort buildings. Monthly progress to defensive. I'm going to go with religious education because that's still good. What I wanted to do here was fabricate a casus belli in Venice. No, on Candia. But I'm going to have to noble levy size 50% or enact central council policy system in administration. Active policy is the tongues division, giving us tax efficiency and diplomatic range. Central council would be centralized, aristocratic, better cabinet. Ooh, that's a bit of a question. Generally, I've preferred going for plutocracy, but that kind of worries me to do. And also, I think I would need to pass 2 different things. And I would lose a ton of stability. You know what? I think we can maybe let Candia wait for a little bit. Can we actually win this war? Yeah, I mean, we are winning it. It's a bit of slow and steady. Water shortage. Nice. Okay, so we're going to win this siege pretty soon. I should probably take those troops out and let them reinforce. I just hate doing this. It's such a pain. These Crusader Knights are also missing quite a lot of troops. I'll put them here so that they can't get caught out easily. Like, someone will have to go through 3 territories so they could just, like, join back up with us whenever they need to be. Now, this being said, I am very close to running out of money. Forts are expensive. And we have kind of a lot of them. This fort in Samos, I'm like, do we really need that? The Wessler family. Wessler was a German merchant and a banking family from Nuremberg and Augsburg. They claimed descent from the Byzantine general Belisarius. They provided a lot of the banking services in the growth of the Habsburg Empire, making them extremely wealthy. By the age of discovery, they had trading posts in Antwerp, Madrid, Lisbon, Rome, Lyon, and many others. They are now open for business in Nuremberg. The Bank of Wessler. Curia members of the Thessalonica hold an influential position within the Curia. Lose 5 support. Okay, that's putting us at exactly 50. Ooh, I am being attacked. Let's bring those troops back up. We are winning this. We break the flank really quickly here. It just worries me because it's constantly the Dardanelles who are attacking us, and it's not the Ottomans. Now, that being said, they might be willing to peace out now. Minus 63? What is your war exhaustion going down or something? How? I keep killing you. Cavalry over there. %. Okay, so finally we're getting close to doing this. I wish we could get a breach, but I don't know. Maybe our artillery is not good enough. Dakshan, hello. We gotta spend money to make money. I mean, that is true. We'll probably just have to take some loans to survive the rest of this. Again, I don't need their inner territory. I just need the coastal provinces. Mostly just so my land connects. Defenders desert. The Hamanids are bringing another 1,600 levies over as well. What's Corsica up to? You got another 600 troops. You want to hang out with us? Turkish Patriarchs and Orthodox rebels. Orthodox rebels are quickly becoming the greater threat here. Okay, Orthodox rebels are a much bigger threat. Because there's 500,000 population versus 60,000. So let's do a rebel crackdown on Orthodox zealots. %. Come on, give me a good roll here. You gave me so many bad rolls earlier. Give me just like a lucky siege. Supply shortage. All right. Ask the Pope for money. That will come up as like a notification. Change stance in debate. 5 support in the Curio. Okay. There's some monthly diplomats. So finally we're getting monthly diplomats. I think let's just go back into the Age of Renaissance here. So all of this like naval repair cost. All this stuff down here is pretty good. Cavalry is really good early, but seems to fade as time goes on. And I don't really want levies, so I don't think that's a good idea. I don't really have any interest in heretics and heathens. 10% supply limit. Levy combat efficiency could be good. Same with army tradition from battles. I don't know that we need armories because we have order strongholds. Guess we'll go down these 3. Yeah, it like really worries me that we haven't seen the Ottoman army for a while. It's just been the Arachnids attacking us over and over again. Supply shortage. I guess this is also kind of why you carpet siege, but where this is such a close fight, we can't really afford that. 12 on ticking war score. So we get up to 50. Corruption among the priests. The priests are meant to be incorruptible. After all, that's what they preach. However, it seems they don't always live up to their own teaching. A scandal has broken out who insists they are providing their people with honest spiritual guidance, but have made themselves obscenely rich. Ooh. Thank you, clerics. I will take that corruption, and it will pay for my war. The town demands a seat in the Curia. Mylasa has grown rich and prosperous, and the people there are disappointed they've not been chosen as a seat of the current Curia. They demand compensation. 1 urban parliament seat. Local burghers get more power, and they get a parliament seat. Gets more power in a parliament or not. That's kind of interesting. This requires fine cloth and books, so this just like costs me money. Seat of political power for the local burghers inhabiting the city. The presence of such buildings increases the influence of the guilds and the merchants significantly. I mean, Mylasa doesn't have a lot going on. Mostly Greek Orthodox peasants. There are a lot of Greek burghers here, though. I don't, like, hate the idea of this. The thing is, I don't really need that support in the Curia. I might take this, though. It's kind of interesting to me. Pope has never given us money. He gave us money like 1 time, so. When you asked that question, sorry, Frederick, your question was, how does playing as a military order work? Very similar to just playing as a country, it seems. It's just that you start with a lot of manpower and you can ask people to support you as a military. So I have a bunch of the Christian kingdoms giving me money. Like 17 of my income literally just comes from going to different countries with request military sponsorship and being like, hey, will you give us cash per month? And they say yes. Which is very cool. It also allows us to build special buildings all over the place. Called, I don't know if I could find one. Called like chancellery buildings. Order commanderies. So these also, we can build these in places, and basically this is what our church does. So all of our clergy members take all of their money, and then they go around Europe and they build these order commanderies, which give us manpower every month, and they also give us gold every month. Which is really, really handy, and I'm super stoked that as long as basically we keep the church happy, they will build these in every single city. So we have those all over Europe right now. Who is my favorite God-fearing sugar daddy? France, I think. And they can be called to arms if they request it. Oh, I will be called to arms if they request it. If they request it. Just for like the Crusades and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, people keep asking us to join wars, but we're like, no, man, we're busy. We're kind of on a crusade already. This siege is taking forever. Support religious education. Oh my god, the siege is finally successful. Thank God. We're getting a lot of military experience in all these troops as well right now, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna put these guys back out to blockade. Try to stop these Ottomans from taking back their territory if we can get away with it. Nice. Literally the moment before that siege ticked over. Now, I'm losing a lot of morale with all this marching. Slaughtered that army, though. Selling of indulgences. We can get religious influence, or... Soon as gold in the casket rings, the rescued soul to heaven springs. The practice has raised eyebrows among the hospitalier. Clerics who are uncomfortable with the idea of the Pope enriching the Catholic Church in such a manner claim that Christendom must be shown repentance. $38 for religious influence. I mean, religious influence is kind of valuable, so... I don't know where those dweebs think they're going. Minus 18. All right, the Iranids are almost ready to leave us alone. That needs to be occupied. Wait. The province capital of Bakasir. That's that province capital? What if I did that? That's a bit of a different pathway, but... That's not a naval port, so I'm not really worried about it. Though, legumes, olives, salt, iron, lumber, and cotton. Well, I wouldn't mind that lumber either. But I can't take that. Okay. Just want to do a quick kill of this army, and it might get the Erdemids out. I can just get this extra little bit of war score going. Really hoping this battle finishes before... Nice! The end of the month. Oh, that's interesting. When you click into a battle, it slows down to 2 game speed. Something I hadn't noticed before. Yeah, like I have a set of levies here with 0 strength. So I'm not going to bother take back all of this territory, but I am going to bother start coming up through this guy's stuff. I don't think we're going to take this fort, given that it's a level 2 castle. But I do need to take the Dardanelles to start getting this war score ticking. Yeah, I'm at max battle score, so unless I start taking territory, it doesn't actually matter. And I think I actually need to take this in order to be able to cross here. Because you need to own at least one side. More privateers coming in. Are my boats all beaten up or something here? Oh yeah, actually they kind of are. I'm going to let them blockade for a minute. Dreadnoughts have come back in for a second round. This is going to cost them big, and this might actually let us get them out of the war as well. Because they can't keep affording to lose all their levies like this. 59. Why does this make no sense? Such a pain. Kingdom of Albania has declared us as a rival. All right, well, I guess that sort of makes sense. Yeah, that is not a good path. Sunni zealots are starting to build. Okay. I'll let those boats just start repairing. I'm getting a lot of experience on those galleons, which is really nice. Or those galleys. Half-Line, did they fix the game? They did indeed. Which I am very pleased about. The Ottomans are coming in here, which is really annoying because I don't particularly want to fight them. This is all of their levies. I mean, I will fight them because otherwise I'm just going to lose this location again and I can't cross the seas unless I have this location. But you're making my life needlessly difficult, sir. Frontage is full on this flank. Ah, so this is a great situation. So in this situation, my reinforcements, my artillery has come down, but they can't get to the front line. For some reason, though, I have artillery on the front line in the front, so they're probably all going to die. I'm not sure why they're not on the side. This is against the Ottomans' actual army. Unfortunately, I am taking a -3 to this battle. Where the hell is the river that I am crossing? I mean, I'm killing more of their troops than I am losing. Our merchants are trying to see what a new market in Dongola is. All right, I don't think we have to worry about that. Wow, this is so much bloodier than it needed to be. We got one flank down, though. Just the needless loss of troops, right? Okay, so Dardanelles. So these guys repair to, yeah, they repair 10% each month. I don't know why this one is not automatically also getting the control change, but try not to panic about that too much. Liberated. Current bankruptcy by the end of the year. No. Cross this. What? Can I not cross through here until I take this fort? All right, let's sink these galleys temporarily. And we're going to go blockade this. Blockade this. Now, problematically, I am taking attrition here because I guess they have guns in the Dardanelles. But I'm going to get a nice juicy sound toll if we take this. I don't see really any way but to siege this right now, so. Don Gala is quite a radical bro place name, right? Coalition has disbanded against us. Well, that's good, because people are going to be very antagonistic after they realize how much land I've taken right now. Byzantium is almost integrated. Orthodox zealots are on the way down. Athens is formed in the coalition. Yeah, unfortunately, our fleet is just going to take a bunch of attrition until we take this. But in theory, if anyone comes to attack us, they're also going to have to cross the Dardanelles to do it. Blah, this again. I don't want my populations being unhappy with me, so I'll take stability hits. Christy, good morning. Is the save all fixed? It is, very thankfully. It has been smooth sailing so far. We've basically been in a multi-hour war with the Ottomans this morning. Yeah, these guys are just going to siege that back, but it's fine, whatever. We focused on the fort. The fort takes way longer to get. Supply shortage. People of Rhodes despair as influenza strips the prosperity of Rhodes by 30%. Thankfully, Rhodes is very prosperous. We're resilient to the Great Disease. We're resilient to smallpox. Mostly resilient to measles. I mean, eventually we'll just have everything. Stop enslaving all my populations again. You've already enslaved them. -74. Really hard to take this territory from the guys. Here's the thing as well, if we can knock them under 100 countries, we'll also end the rise of the Turks. I only need to knock 6 countries off, which we will be doing just on the Dardanelles alone. Another supply shortage. I'm getting terrible rolls here. Well, actually, I guess I'm getting the 50% rolls. Regional Dino Toys challenge the Knights Hospitalier. Local nobles are not satisfied with their granted privileges and demand more rights. They're willing to back up with a rebellion. Guys, you got to be kidding me here. Crush them. I'm not giving them more rights. That's not something we can afford to be doing. Okay, so this is going to flip to like from 27 to like 75 once we take this fort. Well, we might have to take Kamatori as well. Good grief. How are my boats doing? Not great. I think I'd like to split off some of these weak boys and just let them park in Constantinopolis. If that's quite okay. They could kind of use the repairs. We're at 0%. So we can start getting winning rolls now. Well, next tech we'll be able to start getting winning rolls. I can't take this. Lila Kayla song starts immediately. Lila Kayla. It's a jam. Ottomans, get out of there, dudes. Stop ravaging my lowlands. Prestige from land battles. I'm bleeding sailors, but I'm making manpower, which is good. Up to a maximum of 5,000. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of manpower we can have. Rude. Rude dude, Ottomans. When did this war start? 3 years ago. You know, all things considered, not that long a war. I'm going to turn the speed up. That's not great. They're all levies, though. 14% supply shortage. They have a negative 71. Okay, so I don't have to worry about them taking Constantinopolis. We have a level 4 fort here. Plus it's a port. Right? Like we have like Theodosian walls. Yeah. And a castle. A dock. And a level 2 armory. Coastal forts will give us local maritime presence. Ooh. Okay. We're going to start building those everywhere. We should also build a fortress church here. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Defenders desert. That was a very good roll. We now have a 28% chance to win the siege. Thank God, because we are starting to lose just on defending ticks. I think they just got hit with disease. Mac, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Have to give an interview in half an hour, so I'm going to jump in the shower. Half pint to enjoy. Yay! Our siege is successful. Man, I should probably just wait here for these levies to pop so we can kill them. Thank you. We'll go over here and we'll take these cities back. I don't understand. What is the siege here? Ulstra? Oh, no, I already own all this. Oh, I didn't get the ticking war score? That's kind of annoying. All right, we're going to park our boats. And then come crush these dweebs. It's likely that our side will lose. Because my morale is very bad. Yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Can I see our formations? Cannons in the back? No, we're in good shape here. Let's just let our morale recover for a moment. These are levies. I'm going to wait a tick just to get a few more troops. We can have a country as a rival. I'm going to make the Ottomans our rival. I'm like, who was our rival and do they not exist anymore? Possibly. Combat in the game confuses you? Yeah, the auto calculations seem like, or at least the likely reports seem very confusing. Strait crossing penalty. Yeah, they're taking a -2 because they attacked across a strait. All the more reason we should win this. But, like, I gotta give it to them. They are doing a number on my center morale. But there goes a flank. There goes their center. And also their other flank simultaneously. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent. Well, Oh, interesting. The Ottomans absorbed these guys. So I guess my next path is probably down to Biga. We'll wait here just a moment to get some troops. So we're mostly doing okay. We have cores. Unfortunately, we also have a loan. -2 on the Arachnids. Yeah, so now they're not getting the war exhaustion bonus that they were getting before. You guys are at 31. Clay. Iron. Lumber. Olives. Olives are worth a lot of money in this market. Copper, clay. Yeah, see, that's a really expensive one to take. Those are not so expensive. I mean, again, I mostly just need to kick them out of Greece. Currently, I'm taking 21 pieces of land from them. That might be a bit much. I wonder what would control the forts here. Would it just be Bergamo? Obviously, like, taking an actual city with a fort would be really valuable. Especially because it's a fort right on the edge, so they wouldn't be able to, like, move deeper into my territory without sieging that all the way down. Like, realistically, Hierapolis should probably have a fort. Samos definitely does not need one. You're fine with a fort. I guess I'm not really worried about the north because they're Christian kingdoms. You wish you liked olives? They're delicious. I highly recommend them. All right, the Republic of Pisa has bought our loans. Oh, can I hit that army? Where are you going? Valia. This army has literally 0 morale right now. I wonder where they went. Here? I gotta know. We win more naval battles. Back to Constantinople. No, I have no idea where that army went. All right. Take back this territory. I love that we're also just like looting gold as we move through territory. Heresy. Hutticism. What do we think the combat location is here? Ooh. No defensive bonuses. I cannot tell if these are levies or not is the only problem. But our army is basically at full health right now, so... yeah, and we're guaranteed to win this. River crossing penalty. Boo. Boo, river crossing penalty. Arachnids are willing to submit surrender. The Ottomans are still on 62 here. Salvation. I guess they do have my entire vassal there. Levies. Smyrna. Just gonna raise a bunch down here. We're gonna start sieging their capital. Since we felt it necessary to tighten up quality standards, the whole host of potential recruits must regrettably be declared unfit for duty. We lose 115 manpower. Honestly, not a big deal. I would love to know where that shattered army is currently going. I think they're going right there. Don't suppose we could catch them? Venice, stop asking me for money, dudes. I'm not giving you money. There is no situation where I give you money. Get out of here. You know what? Our own morale is going to be destroyed if we do that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Their morale also sucks, but mine is not much better. Okay, now mine is a lot better, and they're still bad because they're in my territory. Unfortunately, I am getting pretty bad negatives, but I outnumber them. Their flanks are destroyed. It's weird that it says there's 1,500 troops here, but I'm only fighting 100 of them. Maybe they've just like all retreated? All right, this is good. The siege is going well up there. We're going to collapse on all this. We're going to free our vassal up here. And then my goal is basically just to use these levies to go around and just like pick up any minor locations. Mostly it's to stop them from having this occupation score. I mean, I think I'd like to get war reparations out of you. We're pretty close to just having your war score mess you up, so. You gotta be kidding me. What is this army doing? It's going for that siege? Hella rude. Let's just start grabbing other coastal provinces here then. Like these are all towns, we might as well. Hello, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Wipe them out. Even with all the casualties, we still have no war exhaustion? Yeah, because we're pretty much winning the war. And we've been fighting it with regulars while they've been fighting it with levies. So their economy is getting destroyed and ours is doing really well. 10 religious influence or 10 devotion. Honestly, I'm going to take the 10 devotion. Even though I know that, like... Well, I mean, we're the only one who's held a council here. Ah! France, can I have money? Yes, 18 bucks. Not a lot of money, though. -3. I think the Ottomans are starting to get scared. -1 on my war reparations with them. I don't think I can win that fight. So let's just start taking more provinces. We are winning this siege on their capital. -2. These guys are going to start having some levies and stuff now, too. Okay. The siege of Bursa is successful. And Constantinople is a core. So what's really cool here is all their boats are going to be forced out of this port and into my navy. I don't understand. Is that a town? Let's go down here and kick the tar out of these dweebs. Oh, yeah. Sink those naval transports. Yes. -20. Let's go. Are you serious up here? These guys have decided to try and blockade me again. I mean, look how experienced my navy is. They're all at about 60% experience. Even my army is not even remotely close to that. I would love to know where that Iritnid army went, because I know that they had ran back in this direction. Yeah, we're doing a lot of damage here. Are they there? You capture another province. Guess we could go there. Let's see if we can get them out of this. -1. It's still so close. Dissenting academies, institutions of higher learning typically restrict enrollment to adherents of the dominant faith. The forces non-conforming prospective students to seek their education outside of state-sanctioned universities. Thankfully for them, a number of informal academies have been founded and cater to religious dissent of various sorts, often promoting a particular theological position. Such academies may strictly be at odds with the law, as schools generally require the assent of local or religious authorities. But they provide education to students who would otherwise be barred. What is my cleric? They're at 77%. Their equilibrium is 76. They're banger songs, but there's one song that annoys the hell out of you. One with the la 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 la. Yes, I know the one you're talking about. It definitely gets a bit weird, so too repetitive. You can't stand it. That's fair. So here's the thing. If I put them to 5% up, they'd have 80%, which would mean they'd build a lot of really good stuff for us. But research is research. You know what? That's only like 3 months of research. That's actually not that good. I'll take that penalty. Zero. Okay. We have succeeded at integrating Byzantium. Happy to tell us. What is next? Let's take these little islands. Chios. I could actually appoint a character here too. It doesn't really help with my bankruptcy spiral, but we're almost done this war, so. Another member of the clergy, I guess. What am I even sieging? One more tick and they'll be good. I guess. Let's just siege this. You're going down here to siege like a little fort. Even our vassal has like a bunch of levies and they're just going around, I think, picking up cities now. Or they are trying to attack the Aranids. I'm not sure. That might actually be what's happening there. Bold play, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. I guess you guys can go for that little city. You know what would be nice? If I could take Corsica in this peace deal as well. Or Corsica, Cyprus? I could. I'm only 2% off on that. Now that says I have +1, but they won't accept it. Oh, we need to have at least 10 war score. We currently have 0. Okay, so I can't get money from the Dardanelles. But I can get all of Cyprus and this other territory. Hey, here's a question. Are there any RGO goods I really need? There's livestock down here. What am I short of in roads? Fruit, livestock, wheat, rice, and books. Well, let's take that livestock for sure. Wheat. Beeswax. That's something I don't have access to. But there's a bunch of that over in Greece. And I'm going to get some from here anyway, so. You know, I just don't want to, like, screw up my borders too badly. I think I'd be okay with taking that little chunk. Because then if we're also taking Cyprus... Here's the other part. I would really like war reparations. I'd also really like 500 gold, but I'll take war reparations. How many times have I kidnapped the Pope in one game? A classic play. Always a good idea to kidnap the Pope. Oh, yeah, this was the other place. Oof. That's a lot of war score to take that city. Man, it is a fort, though. I mean, here's the thing. I got him on the ropes, so part of me is like, let's just keep beating him up. If a war has gone on for longer than 60 months and we are winning it, the people will want the war to be won. The following war is going well for us. This effect will only increase until the peace deal is signed, and our call for peace is currently having the following effect. Oh, that's interesting. We're getting monthly diplomats from this currently. Yeah, my little city up here is still starving, but I can't really do anything about that. Honestly, let's just keep the sieges going right now. They can't really do anything about us. More nobles in the army. Aristocracy, quantity, plutocracy, and quality. I want quality. The best should lead our armies. Lithuania also wants me to join a crusade against Lithuania. I am not going to join that because literally I cannot get up there. I run out of food. Yeah, right. So, like, not only are we conquering stuff, but we're also taking more score still. I can't believe this. He snuck in here with 200 troops and took over my vassal tribes again. So rude. Okay, okay. Can you leave a siege? That's how we have to go here? All right, never mind. It's not really going to matter. This will get rid of the rise of the Turks, yeah. Because once the Ottomans lose, I think it's like 4 locations. It's past the year 1400, so that's like when the event triggers. The eyes and ears in the Duchy of Neopatria report that they have taken in many of our Grandmaster's political enemies who have been exiled. They're pushing for strong action against our regime. Interesting. Are you still a vassal of Sicily? You are not. Noted. I think Sicily lost all its vassals. Oh, our Grandmaster died. From pneumonia. Following a common cold. We gained another core. Now, when you say bankrupt, you don't actually mean bankrupt. Oh, no, you mean bankrupt. Our estates have no money to lend. We have 2 loans with the Bank of Bardi and the Bank of Pisa. -1. So this is war reparations in all this territory, so we're going to take this very shortly. We're also about to occupy this siege, so which I doubt we're even going to need because we're still getting ticking war score. March 1404, I go bankrupt. To February 1404. All right, well, we better solve this sooner than later then. I was going to ask them for a bunch of money. We cannot send an offer with a total over the maximum war score. War score is 83. The peace offer is 116. Bart. I didn't realize this. I need to knock like 23 points off. Maybe we don't take Cyprus? I could take this fort instead of Cyprus. Now this is confusing because this offer is still greater than my war score, but didn't fall down the stairs. Almost certainly arsenic on the death. We have had a lot of guys die from the stairs. More reparations. Can we release all slaves as well? No. But we can't get war reparations. So here's the question. Do we take the slaves back or do we take reparations? Wow, the reparations literally bring us to exactly 100. That is a maximum war score. Well, we get this really good fort. So I think let's just do that. And we get reparations, which should make us a decent bit of money. Peace! And we can form Greece. The Order of Greece. We are the greasiest order around. Hell yeah, brothers. We got armies in exile. Yeah, we sure do. We got a new flag. Love that for us. Oh, hell yeah, brothers. Look at these greasy boys. Now, I want to know, can I form like Casus Belli's on you? We cannot declare a war if we have things raised. Rise of the Ottomans. The dream of Ottomans have been achieved and the world trembles at the might of Beylik. Who will be able to stand against them? No, it doesn't. I mean, I guess that event just fails and triggers in the same way. Disband. Oh, I have naval levies raised. So what I want to know is, like, can I declare war on you guys for my land? No. Well, you would have thought that all in this land was Greece. Greece deep fries the olives. Now, here's the real question. How much can we fix our economy by? You're so broke. Astroi are really unhappy with us. So are the nobles. We definitely have recovery efforts to run. All over the place. I think let's start those up first. Because otherwise we in trubs. You are going to patrol all of the Aegean. Guess you're not going to patrol that little territory. But you're also going to have to patrol all of that, which you're not allowed to. So we'll put you on patrol. Oh. Our other Grandmaster died in a choking accident. So my goal right now is, like, I really got to get this naval power back up. We got to get out of our debts, first and foremost. Because otherwise the banks are going to have their way with us. And I don't like that idea. These recoveries should go pretty quickly. Move you to Cymurtia. I feel like maybe I should get another set of Crusaders here for the middle, but right now everything is economy. Orthodox Zealots is also still ticking up, which is very, very big. Okay, another Chancellor has died from heart failure. Very good, sirs. I can't get any military sponsorships. Serbia would form an alliance with me, but I don't really want that. Hungary, I could probably take. But they don't seem to want to. 8.7, though. That's actually not that far off. Could we start improving relations? Improving opinions with Hungary? Because currently, I don't think we have any improved relations with them. Oh, no. We have like 90. Never mind. Well, it'll still help us. Hungary's so good in this game. They basically produce everything you could ever need. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I would like to be trading with them. Which also reminds me, can I, like... Market attraction in Hungary lifts market protection between countries. Direct some market attraction that foreign markets have on location, making them more likely to fall under the market of the owners. Yeah, I mean, I have a bit of their territory. I would love to get these guys into my market. Right now, I'm still having a bit of a problem. Serbia, we probably could, but... Definitely a bit of fighting for markets right now. The Grandmaster and the Greek people. The ascension of Grandmaster Di Conti has been very well received by Venetian sympathizers, but many Greeks view their new Grandmaster with distrust. We're going to appease the Greeks, considering they are literally all of our population. All right, there's quite a coalition forming now that we are Greece also. I like that as Greece, we took this weird skin color. I thought we'd be blue as Greece. I'm pretty surprised that that's the color choice they went with. Let's get that recovery going. We are making money again, which is very nice to see. Yeah, I certainly don't think we're going to be doing much for a while. Just in terms of like aggressive actions. Loans of 70s. We have like 140 of loans. Corsica's asked to improve our cultural view of them. The Greek culture changed their view of the Corsican culture to positive. Because of favors, we ought to accept or they will lose trust. Based on current trust, we will lose additional diplomatic relation. You're saying Corsican people? I mean, what's the downside of this? That seems kind of nice for us. Why does the Constantinople market still exist? I guess because we also own Constantinople. I don't know how to get rid of a market. I don't think there is a good idea to get rid of a market. Like, we own both locations, right? So we just own two markets. Chancellor's dying from heart failure. Maybe the Order of Greece has something to do with it. Clogging up them arteries. Ay-ya-ya. All right, I think with the formation of Greece and the actual beating the Ottomans back, why don't we cut this video here as we continue to see whether or not we can conquer the rest of Greece. And then we're going to be into the age of exploration really, really soon, so we can start doing some colonization. Come back and join us in that next video. Until then!